Welcome back, everybody, to dos&d Uncut for the month of probably August by the time this goes out.
I can't keep up, to be honest.
No, it's we're a content machine here at dos&d. Dos, welcome.
Thanks, D.
How you feeling?
Yeah, good, mate. Good. You know what I'm really excited about? I'm excited to have a crack at the new GolfBox.
The activation.
I can't wait. Yeah, my favourite word, activation.
You mentioned it last time. Talk to us a little bit about the activation.
What does the word activation mean?
Yeah.
Well, GolfBox, our good friends, we love GolfBox.
Oh, we
If
do.
you haven't already checked out the website, anything golf related, go to golfbox.com.au. It gets
100%.
delivered to you fast and free. They've provided us with a nice little putting green, and every guest that comes on will be putting for their life, essentially.
They will, and for a charity of their choice, which is very generous of them.
Very generous.
It's very exciting, changing it all up. I tell you what, doing the setup this morning. How long did it take?
About 2 hours.
2 hours. I think we've been here for probably we've been here for probably 3 hours before we've even been able to sit down and get started.
Something interesting happened this morning, though.
A couple of little concerns.
Oh God, the day was just started off not well. I got a call from Dan. We're here really at the brink of dusk.
Yeah, there's no sun.
Is dusk the evening?
That's
dawn.
There's no sun to be seen. It's pitch
dusk.
black, freezing cold.
It's the morning. And I got a call from D. I'm about 10 minutes away from the studio, and he goes, "Mate, you wouldn't believe this." I said, "What?" He goes, "Mate, they've changed the locks. We couldn't get in." But we made a couple of phone calls and
Had to wake a couple people up, but
yeah, we did.
but you know what? Here we are.
The show must go on.
The show must go on, and I'll tell you what, it's just getting bigger and better. I'm very excited for what's to come over the next few months because it's weird. Even the last batch of interviews I did now feels so outdated with the whole new what we're bringing to the table later. But what intrigues me quite early on, a huge difference that the viewers will notice straight up, it's not the set, it's actually the top of Dos's skull. You've gone with another haircut. So which one's this one?
This is probably the classic Dos of 18.
This is almost CM Punk like.
Is it?
Well, it's slicked back a little bit.
Yeah. Well, it's funny, when I get out of the shower now, so the only reason, I was going with the fringe for a couple of months.
Yeah, and the loyal listeners that listened last week will tell you that the reason Dos was going with the fringe was because he was a bit worried about how far back the receding was
Mate,
going.
it was climbing.
So you've embraced it now.
I've embraced it, and it's not too bad.
Not bad at all.
It's just this little bit here.
You don't like that part.
I'm sure the camera can see that, but no, it was because a lot's happened. I've just recently moved house.
Again? How much is that?
That's the 7th time in 2 years.
7 in 2 years.
Isn't that just ridiculous? And that's not. I'm not even exaggerating.
No, that's true. This one's not too far away though.
No, I've gone to Fitzroy.
Yeah.
Moved to Fitzroy
The
North.
Roy boys.
But just with the move, I didn't know where all my hair products were to get my hair. My hair's getting a bit longer, so the fridge is getting out of control. And I thought, just get out of the shower, comb it back, and go with the old style.
Because there was a time when you actually had the comb in the back pocket for a while, where you brought a comb wherever you went. I mean, it's very hard to get with Dos's
But when the
haircuts.
guests are there while they're talking, after we've asked the question, just whip it out.
Comb the old hair. No, it looks good. So
Thanks,
how'd the move
mate.
go? All good?
Yeah, all good. I
Anything
mean,
to report,
nothing's
or?
worse than moving.
No,
The one thing actually I wanted to bring up was last week we talked about awkward moments, or the last dos&d Uncut. But I think I said to you, mate, one of the most awkward things, and I didn't know it was awkward until I moved again, is when you're paying a removalist, but you're standing there doing nothing. So I was overseeing them, and I didn't know what to do. I was standing there, I was on my phone. At one point, I was hiding in the toilet because I was just waiting for them to keep moving.
You just felt bad.
I felt bad.
And I'm the same. Whenever somebody's doing work for me, I feel like I need to help out. And I'm not, and that's not our strong suits.
I think we even gave away cash for free out of Hawthorne. And
you and I.
and we're like, we're not helping,
but we're giving it
for free. But then they were such good blokes. I thought, give it to me.
We'll tell you what went on the couch over the couple of years we lived there too. Those young boys and the dad. He was especially intrigued. Yeah. What do we got on for today's show? We've got a few exciting
segments.
Well,
we've gone to the audience again. We've gone to the dos&d listeners. I think that's going to be a more regular thing. We're going to go back to the listeners and get a few of their answers. But today we've gone, what makes you angry that shouldn't make you angry?
I like that.
We've gone, what's awkward that shouldn't make you awkward last Uncut. This time we're going anger.
It's really going to roll you all up.
What's something that makes you angry that shouldn't make you angry?
Gone blank. That's the one. I'll bring it up later. It's headphones.
Okay.
I find it incredibly rude when people wear, and now with AirPods, walking down the street, walking through the supermarket, take them out.
Yeah.
Because you're unaware. Often people get. I'll rant later.
I don't know why.
I'll rant later.
But I've got a tech one too. I don't know, and it shouldn't be one because it's 2024 and everyone's on their phone. But I hate being somewhere in public, if it's a restaurant, a cafe, public transport, and every single person is on their phone.
Yeah.
I feel like, I don't know, I get angry at that. I'm like,
really?
yeah, like, what's the world come to?
No, I know. I just didn't expect you to say that.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. No. Yeah. Well, as you can see,
what else is coming up?
We've got the GolfBox activation. Dos and I will have a crack for a charity of our choice. Have you chosen your charity?
What is
yet?
it? It's a putting challenge.
It's a putting challenge. You'll see it all a little bit later. Who's your charity? Have you decided yet?
My charity is the dos&d Foundation.
I've changed mine too. I'm going to go the dos&d.
Helping young creators make podcasts. So.
Through watching our stuff.
Yeah,
so,
that's not my charity.
Yeah. We'll work that out later.
My charity might be the Positive Move Foundation.
Oh, that's still going?
Yeah, it's still going.
Oh, well, there you go. That's a great charity.
Yeah,
so we'll learn more about that later. You're going to have a crack at hot topics.
I am. We're switching the shoe. It's going from your foot to mine.
Yeah, because you enjoyed that last time.
I loved it.
I'm looking forward to being on the receiving end.
I've got a few crackers.
What are we diving in any interesting?
Let's just talk. It's getting political. Let's just say it's getting political.
D likes it
because something massive happened yesterday.
Yeah, would have happened 4 weeks ago. But everybody will know what we're referring to.
The attempted
assassination.
I don't even want to say that word. That's crazy.
No, well, looking forward to it.
And then what? And then what's the other one you've got?
Well, we're going nostalgic here in dos&d, and we love the nostalgia. So I've gone down some things. Now,
it's a funny word, isn't it? Nostalgia.
It is a funny word, but I've gone down the path of looking at anybody that grew up somewhere in the 2000s, not even grew up, lived through the 2000s, the early 2000s. These are gonna really re-jog the memory. You're gonna have some things you've forgotten about that even existed. You're gonna go, I remember that.
You know what comes straight to my mind? Nostalgia. What? Nickelodeon.
Well, it might come up.
Yeah, there was a show on there called Savo. Do you remember Savo?
No.
Yeah, it was a show for afternoon, after school. Yeah.
Well, doing the research for this segment, I went down such a rabbit hole with it. I'm like, you know what? I've categorized it into 3 or 4. I think it's 4. And I'm like, I've left all these categories out because they're going to be segments for another day. We've got content for years. So, yeah.
Let's do it. No, I'm not angry, but it's time for the...
I think you will be in about 10 minutes' time. I'm angry. I've just had a quick glance at what the listeners sent in, and I'm already angry. So.
Firstly, awesome by everyone that sent one in. Got a shitload, which is nice, because for many years we'd ask the audience, hey, can you send something, and we'd make them up.
Do you know what?
Whereas now we actually have a...
we used to ask the audience when we had a guest come on. We always said, send in your questions. And I remember one of the guests, we were expecting him to get a lot, because at the time it was a pretty big name. We got 2, so we made up a question each, and we used to read the username out, and the cop out we said is, I can't even pronounce this person's name, so I'm not going to try and then read a fake question that we wrote. But that doesn't happen anymore, so thankfully.
No, and I think, so what makes you angry that shouldn't make you angry? This has stemmed from, I'm pretty sure it stemmed from me last week. Up in the lunchroom, just eating my, I think I had chicken and rice, and I was just eating away. And I normally put headphones in and I'll listen to music or watch YouTube, and I had my headphones in and I could hear someone chewing with my headphones in, and I pulled them out, and there was a girl on the table next to me, and she's eating so loudly, and I was so angry, like I couldn't finish my lunch. But at the same time, I was like, I can't be angry because I think in some people's culture, it's actually rude to not make noise when you're eating. So I think that's part of her culture. But I was infuriated. I had to go upstairs. I didn't finish my lunch.
Well, you said you were very angry.
I am. I'm still pissed off.
No. Well, you're funny with food.
Yeah.
I think your food, your manners are. When people don't have manners when they're eating, I think that really rolls you up. Well, go on, give us a couple more of yours before we get into the listeners.
My own personal ones.
Yeah, things that make you angry that shouldn't.
You would know. I don't have a lot of patience on the road.
No. Dos is the biggest hypocrite.
Am I?
Of the road, because he gets angry at things and then almost instantly does the exact same thing.
Like what? Like what?
Flying through car parks. That's one that you get when people.
I don't fly through car parks.
Yes, I've seen you fly through car parks. I've seen.
This is bullshit.
I've seen. It is so. When we used to drive around Hawthorne together back in the day, I've never a 2-minute drive, and every time he'd get angry at somebody.
Yeah.
And then
before we get out of our street.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so I'm trying my best not to anymore, but if I don't get a wave back after letting someone in, I would get pissed off.
Yeah, I think someone wrote that in too. Well, I agree with that.
That's something that really annoys me.
Yeah.
And then another thing that probably shits me as well, and this is probably, I don't know, this is just more respect when you're out catching up with someone or at dinner table. If someone has their phone on the table while we're catching up.
Really?
Yeah, and it's not and it's facing up. In my opinion, I just feel like their attention is not quite with you. The phone's there. Like, if it's facing down, it's okay. But if it's facing the other way, like it's almost like there's
temptation to touch it.
I don't know.
Okay.
It just annoys me.
Enough.
It annoys me a little bit.
Oh, no, fair enough.
Just put it in the pocket for half an hour.
Yeah.
Let's have a real chat.
Yeah. That seems to be your theme today, is phones.
Yeah. What about you?
I've said this. I get annoyed at headphones in public.
Yeah, what's this about?
It's because I don't like, I've said this, mine used to be running, when people run with headphones on the street. And it's nothing wrong with that. It's when you got to get around people and you startle them, and then you're the bad guy for startling someone, but they're listening to music so loud. And
you're the bad guy.
So I don't, I fucking hated. All right, seriously, it's 2024. COVID's fucked off. Stop wearing masks, especially in supermarkets, because the amount of old bats that walk around with masks in supermarkets that smash you with trolleys because they've got no peripheral vision. Because
really?
Yes, it's always masked people, I've noticed. They're in their own lane and they can't see you, and then they jump, and then you have to apologise for them. Same with headphones. If you're in a public place, you don't need to be listening to something. You're not having an important meeting. Yeah. Just have some spatial awareness and let everyone... Gee,
you're worked up.
Mate, I'm getting a bit sweaty on the old chest that was shaved yesterday.
Shaved it?
What's that?
You shaved it yesterday?
I shaved it. Now, the other thing I said to you is, you know me and grammar.
Yeah. Oh, this. All right, I'm a bit scared if you're going to go off your rocker.
So, back in the old Tinder days, and if somebody had bad grammar, straight away, boom, forget it. Forget it.
Bit of a cough, Bryce, over there.
Yeah, Bryce is coughing. No, I grammar annoys me, but what annoys me even more is the use of the English language. Now, I'm not perfect either, I must say. I make mistakes. And when I make a mistake and I'm listening back to a podcast, and I get so angry at myself. But the one word that really annoys me is the word frustrated. Now, just have a look at how it's spelt, right? Firstly, do you want to quickly spell it for us?
Frustrated.
Frustrated. I think so. I think you're right. I have to double check that. But what people say, frustrated. I'm frustrated.
So they forget the R.
So they say, I'm frustrated, which, what does the word frustrated mean? It frustrates me that you can't say frustrate, you say frustrate. That's just mine.
Yeah, that's fair.
Rant's over.
Okay, we're going to get straight into to your frustrations.
Yes.
Everyone out there. So the first one.
Yep.
People that let their dogs walk across you on lead to sniff your dog and almost trip you over.
Yeah.
So what does that one kind of mean?
So people that I'm just rereading that. So people that let their dogs walk across you on lead to sniff your dog and almost... Okay,
if you're walking your dog and they let their dog walk across the footpath to sniff your dog.
Well, it's almost like you trip over their lead because they're not in control. Yeah. I kind of get that.
I can get that
I think there has to be a bit of etiquette with dogs. I love my dog and anyway. Well, there's straight away when you don't get a wave and...
well, that's my... I hate that.
Yeah.
You're driving. I've even seen online, they have these little, I don't know if they're legit, but you can buy these little things that sit on your dashboard. It's a hand that's like that. Just sits on your dashboard. So it's always like that.
Oh.
Yeah. How clever.
That is clever. Yep. Well, there seems to be a lot of road ones. People that change lanes without indicating.
That is frustrating. Another one on that is someone that sits in the right lane that is going way under the speed limit. Yeah. That's frustrating.
Oh, I hate the road. I actually... Your favourite one, the Monash, that is a car park.
Yeah.
Fix the road. Labor... no, we'll go political later.
Yeah. When someone opens my door and then closes it all the way... Oh, no. When someone opens my door and then doesn't close it all the way when they leave.
That's a good one. That's a very good one.
That actually happened in an Uber the other day.
Really?
And I got out of the Uber and I didn't close the door properly. And he actually had to stop. He drove off and realised that it wasn't. So he had to stop, get out, walk around the other side, and close the door.
I think it's. But it annoys me when you're in my space and you don't. If people don't respect my space, it's like leaving toilet seats up. That's how I left it. The other one that I didn't mention earlier: toilet paper the wrong way.
What's the right way?
Well, it might not be the right. The way I like it. Which way do you guys think? Firstly.
Yeah, over.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What
who has it under? Tell you what.
Yes.
Tell you what annoys me. People who sit down when they're what? No, that's all women. It's because they're men who sit down when they wee.
Really? Why does it annoy you? Why?
Because it's just not manly.
What about wiping bum standing up?
Oh, have you heard this, Bryce? He stands up when he wipes his bum. Yeah. That's just. Yeah.
Here's another good one. When people call Melbourne, that's very American.
Very American, yeah.
What about when people call Melbourne Nam? No, we'll leave that.
Yeah, that leave that for now. Let's just look at my face and see how. Tell by the expression.
The boys in the back are like, oh, goodness. Sorry. These getting angry it brings something out of me.
I know.
Yeah.
Bad Australian accents by Americans.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't heard too many. The sound of loud chewing. That's obviously I've obviously brought that one up.
I like this next one. Stranger kids staring at my food while I eat. I'm just gonna say I hate any kid that I don't know staring at me. I hate that. I was in the post office the other day, picking up some of the your favorite stuff, the activation stuff, and there was this kid in front of me who must have been 2 years old. The mum was holding. Tiny. I feel so uncomfortable. So I'd give the wave and then I make a couple, and it was like 5 minutes. I'm like, because you got stuck. I love it. You got stuck in the. Remember that day on the plane?
That was annoying. On the plane.
What happened?
There was a kid. There was like obviously the 3 seats in front, the kids in the middle, the parents on either side, and. He's looking behind.
Josh played uncle.
And then mate, for the rest of the trip, I'm playing with his toys. Where I'm, by the end, and then when we got to collect,
it's doing my head.
When we got to collect our baggage, we got our bags, and then the kid's like, "See ya!" He loved me.
Yeah, it's great for the parents, but
this is a good one. When someone says your joke and gets the laugh.
Yep.
I do that to you, don't I? Sometimes.
No. That reminds me of primary school when people used to steal your material, your comic genius. Yeah.
that's frustrating. You don't look like the.
And then you have to. And then I said that first. And they say, "Oh, so and so said it." Well, the joke's gone.
Yeah.
People talking during movies.
Yeah, that's not great.
Yeah, when people quote the scene 1 second before the actor says it.
Oh, that's me.
We get it. You know the movie. Well, let me enjoy it for myself.
Well, actually, I was eating out last week. A baby, not a baby, probably a toddler, at least 4 years old, was actually screaming, would scream, and it was like not I'm in pain scream. Yeah. It was a scream like trying to be annoying. The whole hour and a half I was in that restaurant, and every 10 minutes this kid would scream. Parents did nothing.
Fuck.
I know.
Getting angry.
Yeah.
It's only going to get worse as I look down this list.
Did you do the dog poo one?
No, but that's another one.
People not picking up their dog shit.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Are you guilty of that?
No, I always pick up my dog poo, but my poor dog
had the runs.
So I had to put him on antibiotics for 2 weeks, and they said there's going to be one side effect, and that's going to be diarrhea. And it came out steaming, and I couldn't pick it up. Like it was so. So I started taking him. There was a couple 1-8 because the poor dog. I'd get it. So he's so well behaved. He gets up. He sleeps next to me. Gets up and then he taps the door. And then I wake up.
That's cute.
And then we go down the stairs. And when it's 1 a.m. or 3 a.m, he needs to go. And he doesn't move too quick these days, but he moves fast at night and straight out, bang.
On the grass?
On the grass, thankfully. And if it's sort of without the vicinity, I won't let it go. If it's within the vicinity, I let it freeze overnight and then come pick it up the next morning. So there's a little hot tip for you. Might not work in the summer. Unsolicited advice.
Yeah, that's...
Fuck off. Don't tell me what to do.
Don't tell me how to run a podcast.
Cunt. Beep that.
When my missus puts a shirt away in the wrong spot, I can just move it myself.
Don't touch my room. My room's really neat now.
Yeah.
As a kid, it wasn't. I was really messy. But I said, at least I knew where everything was. And then, bless her soul, my grandma would come over, clean it, and I'd be so annoyed.
You don't know where anything is.
You can't find anything anymore.
You don't know where anything is.
Yeah.
That's
Do not look under the bottom drawer.
Do not open my top drawer. What's in there? Don't know.
It's nothing. It's just a DVD. It's just a film.
It's just a film.
Amazon Prime has ads. Netflix banning the multiple households. I don't have either of those two. But what I have noticed...
Oh, mate, I've got a story for that.
I got given a free Prime account.
Yeah.
Not Prime. What's the Foxtel one? Binge.
Binge, yeah.
They gave it to me for free for having chaos. I'm like, I'll take it. First time I watched it, they're putting ads through it. I'm like, well, that's not what people pay for.
No. I actually was trying to watch Passionate Bulldogs supporter, obviously. Yeah. Carlton Bulldogs played... Well, now a month or so ago, but big game.
Yeah,
I'm getting logged out every 2 minutes of my account, and I'm messaging. I know my mum, but I've got 3 profiles, so you're allowed 3 people.
Do you pay for it or your mum?
Yeah, I pay.
Yeah.
So there's me, there's my mum, and there's my nan, and we're all watching it. but I keep getting logged out. And it's like getting into the last quarter. It's getting tight.
That's so infuriating.
I'm logged out. And then Mum's logging out to let me log in. Then I used to share it with a good friend, Shane Healy, right? He told me, I even messaged him. I said, now, are you still... He goes, no, I've got my own account. The game finishes, thank God. I think my mum actually logged out to let me watch. I go into the profiles. My name's gone. It's got Shane Healy's mother's name there. So she's trying to watch
that is so annoying.
I know.
Because I've learned a trick. Never log in. If you ever go to somebody else's house and you log into the KO, for example, make sure you log out. Because I had that happen to me where I logged in somebody else's house and somebody just wrote, I'm sorry. I'm not sure.
I don't know what that means.
This is interesting. When work isn't busy and you want it to be, so to make the day go quick, I suppose there's a point. Here, Connor Burns has written in. Thank you, Connor. I like this one. Probably could have put this on the one message, Connor. Maybe heaps of people do this, but geez, I get riled up when people call the ground the floor. If there's no floor, then it's not a floor. Agree, lads? ?
Mate, it's definitely not a floor.
Spot on. You know what annoys me? When people call, I believe
it's the ground.
Inside's floor, outside's the ground.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So when you're sitting at the MCG and you're watching the footy and people say, "Oh, the ball hit the floor." What floor?
No,
is that the tarpon around the boundary?
That actually is really that's pissing me off right now. Yeah. The floor, oh shit, that's not the floor.
It's the ground.
Exactly, especially if someone falls over or whatever, and that's the floor on the floor. But where is it?
Thank you.
If I tackle,
Connor's getting angry
if I tackle you and your head hits the floor hard, no, it's the ground. Well, yeah, true. Basketball.
That's
is
indoors
the floor.
though. Basketball's indoors. People biting their cutlery when eating. Not sure who does that.
Yeah.
And
that makes me cringe.
D's memory apparently as well.
Yeah,
so.
Thanks for that, Will.
Yeah,
there's a few good ones.
Really thank you for everybody. Now, is there anything else that is coming to your mind as we
I think I need a book to see my therapist.
Yeah, I'm
pissed.
I actually got really riled up during that.
Let's have a breather.
At least we're going to talk about politics shortly. That'll calm me down.
Yeah, okay. Now, all of you guys know Fleet Plan Hire Solutions. They're our major partner, our naming rights partner, and they keep the show alive, and we love them. What do, D? Tell them all about them.
We all love Fleet Plan Hire Solutions. We talk about them each weekday. The best in the business, projects big or small. I'm talking roads, bridges, railways. They do it all, don't they?
Anything earth moving, they are the kings at it.
Oh, yes.
Head to fbh.com.au for more information.
Back to dos&d Uncut. How good was it being a 90s kid? Born in the 90s, I mean.
I don't recall much.
No, I just mean being born in the 90s to live through the 2000s.
Definitely.
Yeah, good
being
time.
a 2000s kid, couldn't script it any better.
Yeah. So you're born in the 90s through the 2000s.
Gotcha.
So what I've done, and honestly, I did a lot of... The more I went down this rabbit hole yesterday researching this, the more I realised that, honestly, we can't fit it all into one segment. So what I've had a look at is some things that sort of happened early to mid-2000s.
Yeah.
That,
we're probably like... We're
anywhere
7 or 8?
7 or 8 through to probably
10.
15. But again, if you're listening and you're in your 80s, you'll remember all this stuff. These are things that we all live through.
Do you reckon we have a small portion of 80-year-olds listening? Is that what you're saying?
We'll probably do. Yeah, I mean, if you just look at the pure numbers of people that tune in each week, I'm going to assume that someone would have to be octogenarians, which means over 80. There's a good word for you, youngsters. Now... What I've had a look at is I was going to go through like songs and TV shows, but to be honest, we that's a whole segment for a whole nother day. So I'm gonna, and hopefully for the international listeners,
have you got some stuff to go?
There will be shortly, but hopefully for the international listeners, this won't be too niche to Australian. But I reckon this is going to re-jog you boys. Kind of might be a bit young. Certainly you, Bryce. So here are the topics. We're going to do ads. We'll wait a second kind of before we do the ads. We'll do the ads last. Firstly, I'm going to go through some trends, computer trends we went through, things we went through at primary school, shops that don't exist anymore.
I'm excited
And then we got the ads. So here's some things that you guys may have forgotten that we all dealt with on the old computer when we had the PC and we had to dial it up to the internet and all that good stuff. Jeez, I feel old. First thing I really miss is MSN, Windows Messenger.
Yeah, that's a classic.
How many pairs of tits did you see on MSN?
I don't recall boobs on there.
Really?
No. No, you know what MSN, what I think of with MSN? Basically...
I'm only joking. That's all fiction.
You'd have... I remember being in grade 4 or 5 and you'd have a girlfriend and you'd put her name on your username, but you wouldn't talk to her at school.
No,
you would
just
talk to her on
MSN.
MSN. That's it.
That was me. Yeah. Oh, well, I didn't come around to MSN till I reckon 13, 14. So the high school, and that's where you peaked. That's fuck that.
Holy shit, she's gone offline, back and forth, back and forth.
Someone else.
As soon as I mentioned dinner, she's gone.
That happened to you with another person. MSN was great. Do you remember the emojis with MSN?
Yeah.
And you could have the GIF. I don't know if they were called GIFs, but they were like GIFs.
Yeah.
And you little codes on your keyboard. God, they were good
Wado
days.
played at hotmail.com, mate.
Yeah, that's it. Saints rocks my jocks. LimeWire and CD mixtapes.
Oh, mate.
So
didn't I give my computer a virus?
Didn't you seriously send your
I said my parents broke.
Yeah. Back before
when I was trying to download, Shannon Knowles, what about me?
Well, when you had the one kid at school or one person there was one person on my street that had LimeWire, and she said, drop a list off of all the songs you want, and magically the next day I got a CD and I had like 20 songs. I couldn't believe it. It was like magic. So
actually, on that, did you ever have because back then going to Bali and Thailand, these places, that's so normal now. Like it's known Australians just live in Bali. Back then, like Bali wasn't a big thing. So certain people, like family friends we knew who went to Bali, they would go over. They'd say, "Hey, over there, they can get all the DVDs pirated."
Yep.
And they would go, "Here's the list. Pick what you want." They'd bring us back home like just a heap. And then they're not in proper DVD cases.
No.
They're in these little slips.
Yeah.
And
Jai did that FIFA for us one year. Yep.
Yeah.
MySpace.
Classic.
We all remember MySpace.
Yeah.
And
do you remember the song you had on your profile?
I don't. I wasn't. All I remember was adding footballers, and when they added me back, I was like,
I remember having I remember setting up my profile once, and it was a mirror selfie or a mirror photo with a digital camera, mind you.
Yeah.
Like holding a digital camera, having to upload it from the digital camera with a cord to the computer
to get your MySpace.
And I'd have my hair. I had the fringe, and then I had like the
fringe.
It was like a fringe, and then everyone had their hair like they would do this all the time, so it would stick up at the back, and. I remember my profile song was "Use Somebody" by Kings of Leon.
Oh, so around that era, yeah. All I remember I remember adding football, like I said, footballers, and my dad. I'm like, oh, so and so just added me, and Brent Prismal just. How do you say his name?
Brent Prismal.
Yeah, he added me. I don't know if he did. He added me, and Dad's like, oh, it's probably not the real one. No, Dad, it is. Look. Anyway, Scary Maze. Do you remember that?
No.
Do you guys remember Scary Maze?
No.
This was an internet game that it was 3 levels. The first, you had to drag a ball through a road. And it got harder and harder and harder, and then you had to cheat to win. But as soon as you hit win, this face would appear, and just as loud as your computer would let it, a girl screaming, and she looked like...
Oh, no. No, I don't remember it being a game, but there's a video that you can get
of the car driving?
Yeah, the car driving.
Well, it's the same kind of thing, so that was one. Do you remember the Microsoft Word paperclip, by any chance?
What was that?
So back in the old Microsoft Word, you used to have...
What was the art thing on Microsoft?
That's called clip art.
Wasn't that
Clip
Paint?
art?
Wasn't there... And Paint.
Well, Paint's still on Windows, but clip art was a thing as well. We could do the tacky looking headings.
I remember that, yeah.
And we had at our school a thing called Creative Writer. Did you have that? Where you did all? It was like a Microsoft Word thing. But yeah, the little paperclip. I really miss that little guy. And when you're writing a essay or something, you could have a little friend. Now here's some things you guys might have forgot that you dealt with at primary school. So the first one is a life education van.
Oh yeah, the big giraffe.
Yeah, the big giraffe. Yeah, the pedos.
What was his name? The giraffe.
Harold.
Harold.
Are they still going?
I don't think so.
Like,
really?
I mean, if you think about it, a van rocking up to a school with a person with puppets in each hand touching kids doesn't really fly these days. But it was great back then, when Harold...
I remember they had a Nintendo 64 on it once.
Really?
Yeah, I remember I used to go in there to play that.
Oh, so good, the life education van. Now, do you remember the pencil cases that had the slots at the front, so you get like
names.
a blue, and you have to you could put in your own name, and it'd be like your name had to probably be 6 characters or less, but that was a thing.
Actually, that brings me back to like year 7 or 8. You'd buy a pencil case. It was like I remember buying. It was like a Billabong pencil case. It's like the soft material, and everyone would write on them.
Yes,
you remember that?
Yeah, you'd graffiti the fuck out of it. Dolomite, the Commonwealth Bank savings.
Oh yeah, I do remember.
So
that.
everyone at prep would get a you'd start saving money, and by the time you'd finish school, you might have a couple $100. That was always good. And I think once a week, you'd come around and you could put some money in it.
Yep.
Great initiative. Apparently they don't do it anymore.
Lunch orders, brown paper bag.
Lunch orders, yep, thanks. Do you want to take over the segment, mate?
Sorry, mate.
Well, I didn't actually have that. And then we touched on it earlier, but some of those fads. So Beyblades. I love Tamagotchis. Did you get on Tamagotchi?
No, I didn't get one, but yeah.
Pokemon cards, Yu-Gi-Oh cards. There was footy cards. There was all the sorts of trading cards. So there's some things from primary school.
I bet you wish you held on to those Pokemon cards now.
You knew what I did with them, don't you? I just gave them away.
Yeah, you gave them away for like
and I had
for free, or
yep. And I had some really rare ones.
And he's just raking in the coin.
Fuck. Here's some shops that don't exist anymore that we all miss. So Sanity.
Does that not exist?
Doesn't exist.
At all.
Sanity's gone.
There's not one Sanity.
I should have looked into it. I think it got taken over. There's
one
left.
Bryce is saying there might be
one.
one.
In the whole country, there's one left. All right,
wow.
Well,
but still,
if you live in that town, good on you. But if you don't, my local Sanity, you don't see it anymore. That's where you got your DVDs.
Is there one in Mornington?
There was, yeah. I spent a lot of money in that place. Yeah. So Sanity.
Buying the 2.5 Men box set.
Yeah. As soon as they came out. Now this Video Easy and Blockbuster and
classics.
We and remember the old they were like vending machines where you could go in and
that was more modern. What the vending machines where you get the movies from?
Yep.
Yeah.
Do they still exist?
Yeah, I think they do.
Here's one that surprised me. Apparently it's left in 2016 and got taken over by Kogan, no longer exists. Dick Smith Electronics.
Dick Smith.
When I researched this last night, I'm like, you're right, I have not seen one.
Dick Smith.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Remember that?
I haven't seen one in years.
No,
is he still kicking, Dick?
I don't know. Don't think Dick is. He might be.
I reckon he might be. Remember, because wasn't Dick Smith... Dick Smith even had like a... His face was on like...
Oh, yeah. He dominated the
or...
market, yeah. And then the other one that also got taken over in 2016 and forced in liquidation is Pumpkin Patch.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Which was it for toddlers?
Yeah, it was for kids.
Yeah.
I remember Mum taking me to Pumpkin Patch.
Now, we're going to go to the screen, Connor, and fall asleep.
He's just on his phone.
We're going to go to a screen. Now, we've got a few ads I'm going to play for you. Now, before we do, here's a special mention. There was just too many to play, so I've got some special mentions. The Toyota footy ads.
Yep, classic.
Who was the actors in that?
Dave Lawson and Stephen Curry.
Yep. Don't chop the dinosaur daddy.
Yeah, that's a natural confect.
Famous line. Banana boat.
Yep, sunscreen.
40 plus or 30 plus?
30.
30 plus.
Yeah.
And remember Rhonda and Katut? Was that a lovely
Amy.
That was another lovely love story.
Yeah, that was a lovely little romance.
That reminds me of
romance.
like year 9, year 10 watching Channel 7 footy.
Yeah.
All right, so here's the first one. Do you remember this?
Oh.
Make sure the sound's on, and we'll have a look at this one. This is a classic. Looks a bit like you, Dos, as a youngster.
Dad, why did they make it the Great Wall of China?
That was during a time of Emperor Nazi Goring, and it was to keep the rabbits
Me neither. This is. I think we've got an extended version.
I don't remember it being this boring.
Actually, very funny.
Okay, now Daniel will do his talk on China.
Well, that was not the one that I probably should have.
That was weird.
That was weird. Well, it's to keep the rabbits out, apparently.
Yeah,
Who was that? Was that Telstra? Here's the next one. Now, this is an absolute classic, this one.
Oh,
we'll just play.
I love this one.
We'll play just maybe 15 or 20 seconds this one.
Oh my God, it's big.
I don't know how long we can go with copyright.
Yeah, right. That's a classic.
That's a classic.
That's a good one.
The next one.
Wonder where they filmed that, actually.
Yeah, I wonder where. Now this is these are my personal favourites.
This is a classic.
So Cadbury nailed it with a bit of help from the Beach Boys.
So it's funny. I remember I used to think this was their song, and then as I got older, I
and then you hear the real song. That's what a lot of ads did when you were a kid. Yeah. And they had a long series of these.
I remember.
Once, yeah.
How clever.
I remember this.
He's pitting his tail off.
Now, we studied at school.
Look how old that Cadbury block is.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't even remember
We
that.
studied at school the Cadbury Gorilla. Do you remember that ad?
Yeah, I do.
Like, and apparently what they did was they had the gorilla playing in the air tonight, and they didn't say it was Cadbury for about a month. And then so there was just this random ad on TV, and then they released it, and apparently it's genius advertising.
Sold it out.
Yeah, it is.
Couldn't buy a block anywhere. Wow. Any more?
There should be one more.
Bigger.
This is a random one. Do you remember this?
Yeah, I do. They're still going. You can still buy these. Regular cheese.
See, this is another song that you would just thought they wrote.
What song is this?
It's a famous song from the 60s or something. So there you go. Hopefully that brought back some memories.
I used to enjoy having those.
Yeah.
They were a special treat.
They're great. Really?
Yeah,
the old stringers?
Mum, they weren't a regular in the Custis and lunchbox, but...
Do you remember the Caramello Koala ads? When he was singing Yellow...
What, was he walking?
Yeah, singing Mellow Yellow?
Yeah, I do remember
Caramello,
that.
yeah. Anyway, there you have it, guys. There's a few nostalgic things.
Trip down memory lane.
Now, as I said, we could literally pick movies and songs and everything in that era.
Hopefully we're not in strife with copyright issues.
No, that's really... Please don't demonetize us.
No, I hadn't heard of this segment until you kind of introduced it to me.
We stole it. Blatant stealing.
Yeah, we've stolen it from Triple M, let's be honest.
Yeah. We may as well just say it. Yeah, we stole it from Triple M.
Yeah, well, you listen to Triple M, you enjoy it, don't you?
I do. Footy coverage.
Footy coverage.
I don't listen to
I'm
it
more of an SEN guy.
Yeah.
I'm more of an analysis.
Yeah.
You just like probably the more entertaining and the humour. You don't really care about the footy as much.
You also like hearing the sound of your own voice on SEN, which you can do 4 days a week. You can hear dos&d on SEN on behalf of Buddy Bet.
Yeah.
There's a free plug, Buddy Bet.
Yep. I actually feel like I did my best cross on the weekend.
So did I.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah, well done.
Well done.
Actually mentioned...
Sammy Edmund?
Yeah, I mentioned I'm moving house and we talked about that.
Really?
Yeah. Anyway, we digress. Hot topics.
Yep.
That's where we've got it from. We've got it from Triple M. Another plug. But you tried it out with me and I really enjoyed it. I thought that's really, really fun.
Yeah. How would you describe it? Random.
Essentially, grabbing a topic that's trending, and it doesn't mean news. It could be news. It could be stuff that's happened to you, happened to you recently. It's just
a different take on it.
Different take. Yeah. Essentially, grabbing something and then spinning it off with a question.
Yeah.
So throwing another question along with that topic. Yeah. So
okay.
It went well last time. Had a good response. So I thought, why not throw D with some
If this goes
questions?
well, we might do this every month. We might just keep taking turns.
I wouldn't mind that. I mean, it depends how it goes. So the first one, you ready for it?
I'm ready for it.
Okay. Obviously, we're getting straight to it.
Yeah, we're not warming up.
No, we're not warming up. Obviously, huge news with the attempted assassination of Donald Trump. If you think about it, like when it happened yesterday, seeing it, like this is a pivotal point in history.
Oh,
like
absolutely.
Forever.
Oh, yeah.
That photo.
That photo is amazing.
It's iconic. Like, absolutely iconic. Legend. From your memory, what's the biggest history-making moment or news headline that rocked you and then you couldn't forget about it for a long time? Like, it's just something in the moment you remember it happening going, wow, I can't believe that happened.
The weirdest one is the death of Michael Jackson. I remember vividly where I was. Because I remember 9/11, but we were young.
I don't remember that.
I remember where I was and what was happening, but I didn't know the enormity of it. Whereas now when I look back retrospectively and I've heard people's stories, I go, gee, I could understand how scary that would have been to think America's literally under attack. But when Michael Jackson passed away, that
was big.
That was huge. Probably one of the biggest news.
I still remember walking to school when that happened. I remember walking through this hallway and people talking about it.
Yeah.
Like year eights.
Yeah.
Going, oh, Michael Jackson.
The other one that's come to my mind too is I remember when COVID, I was watching the NBA. You boys might remember this. And they shut down. There was games scheduled for the rest of the day and they shut it there and then. And they're like, we're not going ahead with it. And then I'm like, gee, this is actually serious.
That's probably one of the biggest ones.
Yeah, but that pivot, that exact moment when they shut the NBA down was one that stands out to me that goes, holy shit. Yeah, what about you?
I think one of the biggest ones I remember was when the Australian cricket team got done.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I remember that. It's just when they got done for cheating with the sandpaper gate, like that to me is just so un-Australian and we've never, it's like you just don't see that in our culture, especially in our national sport of cricket. Like that's probably our most national sport. To cheat, I remember waking up to that and seeing that going, like I just remember it was just huge.
Actually, I do remember.
It was massive.
Well, with the assassination yesterday, or the assassination attempt, thankfully, did you get that news through our group chat?
Yeah.
Because that's how it hit me.
Yep.
I didn't take it really serious.
Yeah,
not serious.
Our friends group chat, I saw that and I was like, what? And then I clicked on that link and I was like, holy shit.
Well, congratulations, Democrats. You just lost the election.
Yeah,
so good
one.
on
Next one. So my girlfriend Garni, we've just moved house. We've moved to Fitzroy North. Really excited. Can't wait to have you over, actually. Garni she designs, the fit out and she loves it. And she's been very good even in our last house, she decked it out really nicely. I'm not good with that stuff.
No, I'm the same.
Let the girls do that
Agree.
stuff.
Agree.
She bought a lava lamp, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't want it. When we were in Kmart and she bought the lava lamp, and I thought, mate, I'm so glad we got it.
Really?
It is awesome. I love it. It looks great in the lounge room. Looks really
pristine.
nice. What's one fad that you've been sucked into? So lava lamps were a real fad.
Really?
Probably when I say like trend. Like
I
what's
got
one
sucked in.
trend that sucked you in and you saw everyone else doing it? Because the lava lamps were probably a huge thing in the 90s.
That's a very good question. Gee, that's really, really hard.
And it could be it could be clothing. It could be
maybe the blonde hair.
the blonde.
But I think
that wasn't probably a trend though, was it?
Oh yeah, I think everyone started doing it in COVID.
Yeah.
I was a bit before then.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. What did I do? What's a fad that I'm?
What about even footy stuff? Like, what's a trend that you jumped on as a kid that you saw footy players do or kids at school do? Like, I remember I remember playing marbles and Yu-Gi-Oh. I hated Yu-Gi-Oh, but I jumped on it because it was a trend.
That might be coming up in a topic a bit later on. But yeah, that's definitely it. Trends around. I think back at school, so I think Pokemon cards was a thing. Beyblades. Beyblades was one thing I never thought I'd get in. That's coming up later. So we will be talking more Beyblades for all you Beyblade enthusiasts. But that was one thing that came up that I thought, fuck, what's this crap?
Yeah, I remember that.
I was in. So
I'll
say Beyblades.
I think I got the cheaper version.
Yeah. Actually, no, I'm going to save it for later.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, big news coming out of AFL House. Katy Perry is rumoured to be headlining the AFL and Grand Final Entertainment in 2024.
Didn't hear that.
So, I want to know, D.
Yes.
If you could see anyone perform.
Oh, I love this question.
If you could see anyone perform dead or alive, doesn't have to be the Grand Final.
Oh,
Who would you love to see perform?
At the AFL Grand Final? Or just,
no, just in general.
Michael Jackson. I brought him up again. I reckon in terms of the whole show, I think that's the one thing. I mean, you could say Beatles.
Yeah.
But I reckon... there's so many. Yeah. Everyone says Bruce Springsteen. That's one I need to... Next time he comes, I really need to see him. Robbie Williams, but we went and saw
him. You saw Paul McCartney live, didn't you?
Paul McCartney was great live. Yeah. Fantastic. And he must be... He's in his 80s. But no, I'm going to say dead or alive, I think the one person that I would have loved to have seen peak was Michael Jackson.
I'd probably be the same. Yeah. Michael Jackson or Elvis Presley.
Yeah.
Actually,
what, you go Elvis?
Huh?
Would you go Elvis?
I'd probably go Michael Jackson over Elvis.
Yeah.
Just like what you said.
Just a pure theatrical element.
Yeah. And
I'm thinking early 90s Wacko Jacko.
Wacko Jacko.
He's got through his 80s stuff.
Is that black or white Jackson?
That's white Jack. It's still, yeah.
Doesn't matter if you're black or white.
No, it doesn't matter. No. You can make your own mind up. I don't know where he was at that point.
Now, I mentioned that I moved house, and I also mentioned early that it was the 7th time I've moved house in 2 years. What's one job you just absolutely cannot stand to do?
Oh, that's a good question. Like just...
in general. Yep.
Like job, or you mean just
No, I mean like, not your day job. What's one job?
Oh, yeah.
Like Aaron...
Yeah. What do I hate? I hate taking the bins out.
Really? Like as in taking the rubbish downstairs?
Yeah, I don't know why it annoys me. It doesn't annoy me. I just I have to do this again. I'm not great at cleaning my shower. I've learnt recently.
Really?
I've only just learned how to scrub it properly.
How long have you been there?
No, I scrubbed it ages ago. But I mean, over the course of my life, I'm probably late to that party. That's an annoying
I must say, I think I was the one who cleaned the shower when we lived together.
Yeah. I was going to say vacuuming, but I can't enjoy vacuuming.
Yeah, well, you always vacuumed.
Yeah. I always overestimate or underestimate.
Like what's another, like moving house? Yeah, like do you hate that?
Of course, hate moving.
What about cars? Do you hate anything? What's a job you have to do with your car?
Well, luckily I don't do much in my car, but anything. I mean, spending money in my car, but moving.
Just get MRD detailing to fix it up. Is it?
Oh yeah, let's plug him right now.
Yeah.
MDR.
Did I say it wrong?
MDR.
Just get MDR detailing to.
He did a great job on our cars, we must say.
He came and did Matty from MDR. He came and did a great job.
It was excellent, and I tell you what, he found a lot of dirt. So again, if that's a great one. If I was cleaning. I'd hate to clean my car. That's a thing I'm happy to palm off and pay someone else to do. Yeah.
Okay, this is something I didn't like. This wasn't me. This was Garni.
Okay.
Moving. The last couple of weeks has been hectic. So having our dog Noodle, she decided, let's put him into doggy daycare for a day, right?
Yep.
And I found that a bit cringe. I was like, taking the dog to doggy daycare, like it's like a baby. Like I don't like it's to me. It's just like. over the top, but we kind of had to do it.
I had to do it.
There wasn't anyone available to look after him.
I had to do that in Mornington when we had the house for sale.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
How spoiled is too spoiled when it comes to your pet? And what's the most you've babied your dog, Danger?
Okay, it's a great question. I'm of the opinion, straight away, if you decide to buy, let's say a dog, right? If you decide to buy a dog, I don't understand people that buy a dog and then say, it can't go on the couch, it can't go in the bed. To me, you sign up for the pet.
I'm with you.
I think. Look, Danger's a sook. You know, he sleeps now. I've trained him so he sleeps his head on the pillow next to mine. I tuck him in. He won't go to sleep without being tucked in now, whether he's on the couch or in the bed.
He has to have the blanket.
Yep.
Wow.
Because it's cold. But also, he's an old dog. I'm looking after him. He gets a treat every day.
What about early years, like from memory?
How much have I cradled him?
Well, no, like what's the
most I've done for him?
Well, what's the biggest thing, like baby, like when you look back and you go, oh, I can't believe I did that for Danger. Bought something, paid for something.
Yeah.
Like you hear some people go and take their dogs to get dog facials and
well,
shit
that's
like that.
Well, I've never done that, but having said, I spent an extraordinary amount of money on doggy daycare when we were moving house. So when we had the house for sale, I had to. Over the weekend, or when the inspections were coming in, I'd play footy on a Saturday. I'd have to have him, and he went not to doggy daycare. They had their own they had their own room. They had a bed and a couch in the room. They got it was a prop on this huge
TV.
I don't know if it was a TV, but it was I'm like, geez, I'd sign up for that hotel. Yeah. So that was probably the most, yeah. But you sign up for pets, and I think. You know, give him. Look,
they deserve to be looked after.
And I'm disgusting in terms of how I talk to him. You know, when I leave the house, I always tell him where I'm going, how long I'll be, when I'll be back.
I've noticed that.
I kiss him before I play footy now.
Why before footy?
It's just a good luck thing. But kiss him on the lips.
On the lips?
Yeah.
Serious?
Yeah, I know. I don't know why.
I'm glad this got brought up.
Yeah.
You don't even kiss your own mother on the lips.
No. No, I gave him
Why footy though? Like
I played well one day when I kissed him on the lips, and now I do it every time I leave the house. I don't know.
Well, wait till the boys get a hold of that.
Yeah, I wish I never said that. Fuck.
Okay.
Why did I say that?
Moving on. Bit awkward. Last one.
Yeah.
As you know, any movie or show that mainly a movie with a soundtrack or a documentary.
Yeah.
I get obsessed with the music within it. So
do.
like when Bohemian Rhapsody came out, I was on Queen non-stop.
I can rattle them off for you. Queen, Elvis, Elton John, and now Nickelback.
So the new Nickelback documentary just came out. Yeah. And even this morning, I've had Nickelback blasting while we're setting up. Because I'm just loving it. What's your favourite Nickelback song?
Oh, yes. Great question.
And what's your guilty pleasure band or song?
Yeah.
So something that because everyone used to tease anyone that liked Nickelback.
Yep.
But what's your guilty pleasure song? What's your favourite Nickelback song? What's your guilty pleasure song or band?
Gee, there's a lot. What's the one? This is How You Remind Me, the really early one.
You Remind Me, I think it's called.
Yeah, that's a good one. Saving Me is very good.
Yep.
And recently I've quite enjoyed, is it Someday it's called. Nice. I quite enjoy the start of that song. Yeah. Really gets
And what's your guilty pleasure?
Guilty pleasure, ABBA.
Me too.
I love ABBA. And I'm unapologetic. I just genuinely think pound for pound in terms of just song after song, tune after tune, you can't go wrong with ABBA.
Their best song, in my opinion, or the one that I love the most, Does Your Mother Know?
Yeah, you like that one, don't you?
I love that song.
See, that's one of these ABBA songs that you wouldn't, if you're not you wouldn't suspect it's ABBA. But ABBA, they've got so many great songs. I mean, when you go through their, pristine.
Waterloo, yeah.
Yeah, well done, ABBA. Well done. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Great segment.
No, good, mate. Glad you enjoyed it.
It's time for the GolfBox activation part of the podcast. That is a cricket shot, you fool.
I know.
We're here to do some putt-putt, just like we do at, Tasmania camp at school. I'm very excited for this segment, and I can't wait to have a go at this game. Firstly, we better thank GolfBox.
GolfBox. Oh, jeez. Can't not thank them.
Firstly, how good's this?
I know.
What do you see?
Wait, let's go through a few of the names. I know. Okay. I can see Tiger Woods. He's the one who's obviously just hit the putt.
I can see Space Jam.
Space Jam. Adam Sandler from Happy Gilmore.
That's probably all the references I get. I see a few dos&d lanyards getting around.
Johnny Drama, I think his name is, from Entourage.
The bloke from Happy Gilmore again.
And then
this bloke.
Look at all these little lanyards. dos&d,
yeah. And some mashed potato. Not sure what the reference is.
Random.
But we're very excited for this because what you guys would have already seen if you've been watching the last few episodes is all of our guests for the next 6 months are going to have a crack at this for the chance to win $1,000 at their chosen charity. We'll explain the rules in a minute. Dos, which charity are you going to play for?
I'm going to play for the Fight M&D.
Oh, lovely. Well done. Yeah.
Everything Neil Danaher does is obviously amazing. So let's go with that.
Yeah.
What about you?
I'm going to go for the RSPCA because I love animals. So and throwing some more money at them, putting it's kind of funny. Apparently putting a roof above some poor dogs in the pound's heads is humorous. No, we're not. We're continuing because that is raw. All right. Now the rules of this game is you get 6 putts with Doesn't matter. So you get 6 putts at this. Obviously you get 6 balls. We've got a 1-minute timer that Connor over here will be timing for us and scoring. It's pretty simple, but it's kind of fairly hard as well. If you can land it flush in here, that's 50 points. Then working backwards, 25, 20, 15. This square is 10, 5, 3, 1. But, Dos, what's the kicker? What's the ultimate one?
See this little dot here?
Yep.
If you get that straight on it, 100 points.
So it has to land right on it.
Ball, putt that. If the ball lands right there, 100 points. So that changes the game.
Now, our good friend Joey Scandizo, he landed the ball on the edge of it, but it wasn't enough. And that's the game. Now,
there's no cheating.
We don't cheat. And I'm not cheating for the RSPCA. Now, we're going to do rock, paper, scissors, and the winner can choose to serve or receive.
Okay. Mini golf.
Yeah. Rock, paper, scissors. Okay, what would you like to do?
I'm going to receive.
Receive, all right. Now, I'm left-handed, so you might have to get the camera the other way.
Oh, no.
We didn't think of that, did we? Do I go for the 100-point shot?
Mate, it's totally up to you. You do whatever you like.
Are you ready to rock and roll?
Yeah, let's rock and roll.
All right, let's do it.
All the best.
I haven't putted for so long. Oh, that's too much.
Oh, he's gone off. Oh, jeez, that's too.
Go on.
Tender.
Can someone please move that out of the way?
That's a tender touch there, Daniel.
It's 5 points.
Come on.
So I just got to hit in between those two.
Jeez, that's dead eye. That's dead eye, Danny.
10. Someone else move that? No?
This is riveting. Really is.
Yeah, well...
Good shot, Daniel. Well done. What's that?
That's 50. Daniel Schuler's hit the freaking front with 2 to go.
I haven't gone yet. Oh, you're in the... Oh. It's another bullseye.
Come on. All my friends in the animal shelter. Get out of it.
Sorry.
I'm playing for my... Can you get out of it, please?
Sorry.
Can you get out of it, please?
No way.
Oh, that's 15. So what's that?
That is 125.
Far out.
Straight to the top.
Mate,
Straight
if
to
you
the
somehow
top.
win the $1,000 to your charity.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
Give me the balls. Well done, dude. Well played. There'll be many, many dogs and cats and rats happy.
All right, Dossie's up next.
All right. Now, let's just preface. I'm not a great golfer.
On that dot, please. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. Ready, set, putt. Good line and length. That's 10 points.
I'll take the 10. I can't believe you got 2 50s in a row. Get there.
It's going to go long. Oh!
Get.
Oh. That's, what do we have that? That's...
What's that?
That's, yeah. That's 20.
20?
So you're on 30. How are those new tailor-made putters?
That's good. Roll back.
15.
At least I'm on target every
You're
time.
on 45 at the moment, so that's a pretty good score.
It's not bad.
Oh, it's
Come
coming
on!
back.
Get there!
10.
Ugh, I want a 50.
So you're on 55 at the moment with 2 to go.
Pretty poor.
You're 70 behind me. Might have to go for the money shot, Dos. He has!
Oh.
But not enough.
I'm going to go.
That's 5. That's 60. So to hit the front, Dos, you have to hit the money shot. So you have to go for it.
Oh.
Wait, oh, it's a Joey Scandizo special. It's a Joey Scandizo special. Yeah!
Literally a bee's dick.
So that's another, what's that, another 5?
Look at that.
So unfortunately, that's the game we play. Jeez, I'm good at golf.
I'm actually not bad.
I'm a bloody good putter.
You are.
I'm a bloody good putter. Dos, firstly, thank you to GolfBox.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Head to www.golfbox.com.au for all your golfing needs.
Gets delivered to you fast and free.
Now, firstly, you can get this on the GolfBox website, a nice tailor-made Spider putter We got the right and the left-handed. Of course, the TaylorMade golf balls.
Not to be confused with a driver.
Yeah, and if you want the putting mat 3.0 for your office or even your bedroom, golfbox.com.au.
I might ask for one of these for my birthday.
Yeah. You should too. See you at the next segment. There you have it. dos&d Uncut, episode 210, I reckon.
Losing count. They're racking up.
210. Another great episode.
Awesome. Thanks again, guys, for listening. Listening, tuning in.
Hopefully you enjoyed the GolfBox segment too.
Love the nostalgia segment too.
Yeah, I enjoyed your hot topics. Well done. Yeah.
Hot topic.
We had a great show, actually. The angry
overall.
Well done. Well done.
Yeah, 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
tick,
10 out of 10. So if you enjoyed it, 10 out of 10, make sure you like, review, subscribe, follow us on the socials, do all that shit. And anything else?
Oh, I was just going to say, with the review stuff, if you haven't, go over to Apple. A lot of people probably don't know how to leave a review. So if you listen on Apple or Spotify, I think Spotify, it's you have to listen to a certain amount of minutes before you can give a rating.
Yeah.
So if it's simple, you'll see the little stars. You just click the stars and submit. With Apple, scroll down to the bottom and actually write a little comment. Say something nice.
You don't actually have to, but if you'd like to, you can leave a
you don't
comment.
have to, but.
And if it's
we
good,
love reading them.
We'll read them on the show.
Yeah.
But I don't know why it's hard to get people to review. So if you could leave us a review, we'd be very grateful.
Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Tune in for the next episode of dos&d.